Shelby Paget here. Some of you may follow me on Instagram, Ginger969, or YouTube here. Thanks for watching and subscribing. I actually just picked up a brand new KTM 150SX from Edge Performance Sports in Ontario, Oregon. Drove back a little bit of rain, but we made it, and I am so excited to try this thing out this year. Last year, I was on a 2017 CRF 450R. For those of you who may not follow or watch some of my stuff and it's your first time, I've had the opportunity to test with the Vital MX website shootouts each year for the last 3 years running, the 250Fs and the 450s. So I've got some seat time on all the bikes that are out, and it's kind of cool to be able to take those experiences and apply them to whatever bike I end up on each year. So last year, the Honda was my favorite, so I ended up going and buying one when I got home from SoCal. And this year I wanted to mix it up. I've had a lot of time on two-strokes over the years, YZs, RMs, CRs, a little bit of everything. And so the KTM chassis really impressed me this year with the new AER fork and the balance of the chassis on the 250 SXF. And I just felt really confident and comfortable on the bike. The power was great. And so I started thinking, hey, why don't I combine the best of both worlds? KTM, for me, had a winning chassis this year in the 250F class. And so I wanted to see which two-stroke might fit the bill best, whether it's a 250SX or a 150SX or a 125. So dug around a little bit. Seems like the most fun bike is the 150. And that's what ended up getting me on this thing this year. So we're going to be doing a bike build throughout the year with Vital MX. I'll be doing twice a month releases on parts and updates. So instead of giving you kind of a one result show of a bike build and the full results in one edit, we're going to do a progression, each part, how that part impacts the bike's performance, my thoughts and review on that, personal feedback as a 31-year-old intermediate rider myself, and someone who gets arm pumped regularly. So hopefully it's relatable to a lot of you guys. And for those of you thinking about getting a two-stroke, think about the KTM chassis. It's a new 2018 chassis with all the technology KTM has to offer, with a great set of suspension and a power plant of an engine. The bike weighs 192 and produces somewhere around 43 peak horsepower. So to give you some comparison, my CRF 450R is somewhere in the ballpark of 57 horsepower, give or take. And the weight is 242, I believe, somewhere around there. So you're shedding a ton of weight, almost 50-something pounds. And the horsepower is significant for sure. It's in a different area, I'm sure, of the power band. I'll find that out as I take it out. But yeah, it's going to be fun to see how this thing handles being so light, how it corners, how it comes out, how it jumps, manuals, and go back to a short Kickstarter here too, which is kind of fun. So yeah, follow along, subscribe, and watch the Vital MX Vital 150 build. And you can follow the hashtags on Instagram, and it's called the Vital 150 build. And all the photos, videos, and content that I do on that side of things will be there. Otherwise, keep tuned in on YouTube here, and we'll have releases out shortly. Leave comments, questions, or any suggestions as to what you might want to see on the bike. Or if you have questions about my thoughts after this video, let me know, and I'll get to them. What's up, guys? Just got finished up riding last night on the new 2018 KTM 150SX, and to be completely candid with you guys, I haven't been on a bike for about 2 months now, so I was a little bit rusty. I only got 5 laps in, and it literally started raining and off and on downpouring for those 5 laps. So it wasn't a great testament of my first ride, but I did put in a little bit of work on the bike after warming it up and letting it cool down, just to see how it handled, what the power was like, and what the traction was like for the bike. So my first impressions, the bike is ridiculously light. Most people know this just from the specs on the bike, but it is noticeable on the track. You can put the bike where you like it when you want to. It's very easy. There's a couple chicane sections on the track where you're kind of standing up and you can move the bike from left to right very quickly. Being a little bit rusty, I thought I'd have a little more trouble getting into ruts, but the bike is so agile that you can just drop into ruts no problem. Pulling out of them is a little bit different of a story. Used to the 450 from this last year and a lot of the 4-strokes I've been on for the last year and a half, that was a little bit of a struggle because this thing definitely has to be kept on the pipe. Like I said, I kept the bike completely stock, so jetting stock, suspension stock, nothing was messed with. I'm sure with a little bit of jetting adjustments, we might be able to get a little bit better of a roll on. But when the power does come on, it is awesome. The power is strong. It's got a lot more torque than a 125. Just on par with maybe the 252 stroke in sections of the power. It feels very strong, and for me, I only weigh about 150 on 155, so for it to pull me around isn't a huge issue. The bike jumps very smooth. I didn't get to play on it really as much as I wanted to, but riding the new track layout for the first time and being on a new bike, the bike gave me confidence and made me feel comfortable on the track. So we'll see what the next couple days brings. I'm gonna go out tomorrow again and really put some more laps and time on it. Suspension action is smooth. You don't even really know you're on an air fork until there's certain nuances that make it feel a little bit different, but not in a bad way. It's just a little bit different. Like the initial engagement on the fork action is slightly different than the spring fork. I haven't gotten to a section where I've bottomed it or anything like that yet, so the bottoming resistance up until this point is awesome. And the biggest thing I noticed is just the fun. It is a pure fun chassis to ride on. Turns like a dream, as long as you keep her on the pipe, which I'm going to be working on throughout this year. And I am super excited to see how this thing does. So today, I'm going to wash her up, get it ready for tomorrow, and take her out and put some more hours on her. So catch up, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments what you might like to see done to this bike as we build it out this year.